Alright, hello guys, how are you doing? Just please let me know if you can hear me, that's the voice is okay. Guys, can you confirm? Okay, perfect. So I guess you can hear me. Okay, so let's get started now. The session is being recorded, will be uploaded to the website. So if you don't have time for some reason to stay, you can watch the recording later. So let's have a look at what happened basically during the night. Is that we had a one position closed. If I go to the account history, we can see that there was euro dollar position closed at 25.28, 36 pip profit, and then we re-entered the euro dollar buy position at 25.10. So currently we are in profit. The position is protected now at the stop loss right at the entry point. So there is no risk for this position. But we do expect euro dollar to continue the rally, and first target at 2660. Basically, if we look at the entire portfolio, what we have now is, let me just organize it. We have 5 positions open still. There are no many trades, guys. You can see we have Australian dollar buy with a big loss, euro dollar buy with a nice profit, pound Canadian break even, pound US dollar nice profit, and New Zealand US dollar loss. So we do experience the loss on the New Zealand and Australian dollar currently. So let's get and have a look at the Australian dollar. Well, right now we are at the very strong psychological level 0.02, 1.02. That is the level that that basically will determine whether the Australian dollar will go further down or will continue the uptrend, this long-term uptrend that started in May. We made basically the low of 10166 here, but the important levels will be today at the daily close, which has to be above 102 to go further up. Because of this China's problem, the Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar do feel weak, and if we go further down, the next target will become 1 basically 1.0, and at that stage we might reverse trade or close it, but so far we are holding it. Let's see how it goes. I do believe that the dollar will be weak long term, so we should start the rally up this week, probably maybe next week. We should start rising on the most majors, and it will be a strong rally basically throughout the next couple of months. That's basically my expectation so far. It might be changed, but that's how it looks. Okay, I'm gonna be using channels in Fibonacci, guys, so it's easy for everyone basically to do the same. There's no complications in what I analyze, so that's basically how it goes. This is basically our channel. Okay, we had a breakout. Basically, we reached the target of the channel breakout. It did go further down, so just let's see just the simple Fibonacci's here. At the simple, we can see that 38.2 Fibonacci should be other way around actually. Okay, so currently we can see that yesterday's close was above 38.2 Fibonacci. Then we had a spike, but now it's important where the daily will be closed. We should be closing actually above 0.2, or to confirm the uptrend, I would need see closure above 0.214. So closure above 0.214 would trigger the uptrend. And that's basically what I do expect today to happen. We should be rising, but that's not a lot. It's like 20, 25 pips from the current level, so extremely likely to happen. So that's the scenario that we should expect. Not definite, but this is something very likely. I'm gonna move to the lower time frame now and see at the smaller picture. Okay, I'm gonna try this channel, and the same, we had a breakout of the probably. Okay, according to this channel, the target was there at 0.229. It did break further down. So at this point, the daily close will be probably the most important, because the Australian dollar has the potential to go further down. But because of the dollar weakness, we should see the correction very, very shortly. The market is just continuously going down, kicking out all the buyers, all the stop losses here. So let's see how it goes. You can see that even with a 300 pips loss, it's a very small effect on our account, and we are not experiencing huge drawdown. So it's safe that we do not have the stop losses. Our portfolio is optimized and ready for that, and it will not have a major impact. Because, for example, now on the euro dollar, on, for example, New Zealand dollar is compensated by the pound US dollar profit, and also euro dollar is Australian dollar compensated somewhat on the with the euro US dollar profit. So there are some compensations here. We are not in a big drawdown, you can see. So that's basically for now. That's it on the Australian dollar. I would need, to wait and see what happened today. Where will be the daily close? Will be pretty, important to watch for the daily close today. Now, let's move to the euro dollar. Okay. Okay, if we look, for example, at this chart, I think the figure here is the head and shoulders reversed pattern. Let me just draw it for you so you understand. That's the first shoulder. That's head. That's another shoulder, and that's basically the target. Somewhere around this level, we should see the double top here around this area, and it's more or less the key level to determine the further further trend for the euro dollar. Breakout on the upside will result in much higher values, while bounce of this level can start a range trading or even a correction on the downside. So I do expect still further uptrend, maybe not too much, but at least 60-70 pips on the upside before we might see some sort of downtrend or correction. So at this point, the euro dollar looks strongly bullish, and we have not reached any targets yet. So that's basically head and shoulders here. I'm gonna remove those now, and we'll look at something else. That's a 4-hour time frame, as you can see. So what I want to try now is this channel and see the breakouts. You can see this is downtrend channel. We had a breakout of it. And now we'll try to determine the target for the euro dollar uptrend. Okay, so what we can see is the target here is actually 2770. And let's look at the daily now. At 2770, which means we'll probably make a double top here at this level, at the previous high, which we had at June 20th. We had at this high. So this could be the target. And look how precisely we had a bounce here of this Fibonacci after the breakout. So it looks like the market will be very fast to hit this target. But as I said, first target will be 2660, then 2770. So that's basically another 200 pips potential here on the euro dollar. And I think we might see this target as early as this or beginning of the next week. So we have definitely this potential on the further uptrend. Also simple trend line. We bounce off the trend line here. Although we had a breakout, you can see on the 4-hour chart, it was false, and the market bounced quite fast right after the breakout. So for now we are in an uptrend. I don't think we will go much down. You know, there won't be a strong correction of this uptrend. We might go another 10-20 pips lower, but overall this uptrend should continue. Let me just look at the lower time frames. I'm sure the euro dollar is the most interesting pair for most of you, and you are probably trading that pair a lot. Okay, we are now moving basically within the channel. So that's our channel, and the closest target is 2640 roughly. I'm quite sure we will hit it very soon, this target. Then we can do a projection of the breakout of this channel, and just to see the potential, just a projection. So in case we have a breakout here, the target will be 2784. So it's very close to our other Fibonacci target at 2770. So let me just see if we can improve our channel somehow. Okay, I just used not these two highs, but the closest two highs and the closest two lows and the high in between them. If we use that, the values are more or less the same. So now what we have, guys, is support resistance levels. And if I go to 4-hour chart now, the first target is 2640 level. We might see it very close. So we just spoke about this 2640, and then these are the levels that we might see as support and resistance, which is 2670 and 2710. These could be some sort of resistance levels before we reach the target of 2770. So let's look how the market will react. I do expect further uptrend for the euro dollar. Just to remind you, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. Just type them in the chat box. If you want some other analysis on any other currency pairs, feel free, please. Okay, so now let's move to the New Zealand dollar. Okay, let's look at the daily. That's as previously I used this simple trend line, breakout of this trend line, then we had a bounce of one Fibonacci level and we return to another Fibonacci level. So this basically now is the key range for the New Zealand dollar. The picture on the New Zealand dollar is more clear than the picture on the Australian dollar. So currently we are at this support level at 79.25, and I do think we should be ranging amongst these two levels at 72.25 and 82. So 79.25, in 82 levels. So these are like a 300 pips window that we should be going within the next couple of weeks probably, and very likely the market will rise and will be going around this range. After all, we might break this range, then it will result in hitting the target at 86, so that's 600 pips from the level that we are now at. Looking at our channel, the red channel, I'm going to zoom it out slightly. Okay, let me just make it correct. Okay, if we look at this red channel, let's use the Fibonacci breakouts here. Okay, now zoom it in and let's have a look. Okay, the Fibonacci breakout, the support level here remains at 0.7940 level, and if we look at the daily charts, we can see that the daily candle was closed above that level. So currently we are at that support level, and it looks extremely bullish to me, to be honest with you. It looks very, very bullish on the New Zealand US dollar. I think we have a very good potential here for the correction at least, or trend continuation. So it does look bullish currently, and there was no confirmation for the breakout. Very nice closing candle above the support level. So definitely does look on the upside at present. Okay, I'm gonna mark these two, this one level, and we're gonna follow that. So we have this, even if we use a breakout of this channel, we just hit the support. So this channel is in fact can be false. This breakout can be false, and it can result now in an uptrend for the New Zealand dollar. There's some moves now starting. We had quite a bounce on the downside, but volatility is okay, especially when the markets are reversing. We're witnessing this kind of volatility. You can see that the market is now struggling to go any further down. So we might start an uptrend from this level. Now let's move to the pound Canadian. The pound Canadian now is at break even. We had a buy trade, and this buy trade, you can see it was triggered very basically a month ago, and we're still holding it. Although we had a drawdown on this trade, you can see, but as this is a swing trade, we holding this trade, and the main thing that we are now back in profit almost. So break even, and if this pair continues, we will be collecting now some sort of profits. Let's see how far it's going, but it looks like it's Canadian dollar is struggling, and because of that, basically this pair is rising. So far we are in an uptrend, you can see, and the first target I would expect for the Canadian dollar is about 58.50 level, another 110 pips from this level. Further, if we'll see the breakout of the trend line, we might go further up to 59.40. So far, I would be basically watching the daily close. You can see this trend line ahead, 4-hour chart, and this is a trend line we're having. We just broke through the trend line basically, and uptrend continues. But I would like to see, as a confirmation for the further uptrend, that the daily candle will close above this trend line as well. As we speak, actually this trade got in profit. So let's look at the low time frame. You can see that we're now in a heavy uptrend, and I think this uptrend should continue throughout this and next week. So that's basically the my view on this currency pair. Let's just see. A very nice bounce here of the trend line as well, and as a target, I can use the channel and see approximately where we might get. So the first target here, if the market is very fast, that will be about 58.50 as we just spoke, and that will be the top of the channel here. So the market can be extremely bullish now, in fact. So let's see how fast we will go and what will happen around this area. Now our final open trade, which is in profit, good profit, 224 pips at the moment. That's pound US dollar trade, buy trade. I just used here a simple trend line, and what we see is the market few days was bouncing for failing to break it. So we would need to see the daily close today, which we will probably see closing above 58.94, and I think this will be the key level. If we close above it, we should continue the uptrend. And what is interesting that we haven't touched the channel actually from any perspective. There was no touch, so that's something we would need to see before we see some sort of correction or retracement. But I think we will break this channel, go further up, and as a projection, you can see I had this Fibonacci drawn last session, so this projection should be slightly higher. And this will be probably a breakout at the 59.64. I think we will break this level, and the target will be about 61. That's the first target where we might see the correction or a bounce. So we're looking now at the 61 as a target, another 200 pips from this level. And if you remember, it's more or less the same as for the Euro US dollar, the same 200 pips as the target we're looking at. So let's mark this level and watch it. We will be watching that throughout next session. Currently, it does look like it might be the case. Okay, we also trade in our portfolio. We trade US dollar, Canadian dollar. But I did mark in our previous session these two levels, and I said that we most likely will be ranging amongst these two levels before we see some sort of breakout. There is no clear trend on the US dollar, Canadian dollar, but it looks like we should be rising. We should be hitting once again 99.40. That's another 40 pips from now, mainly because the Canadian dollar is feeling very weak. But we still haven't reached the target for the breakout of this channel, simple channel, and I think we should be getting lower than these levels. It's just the question how far we will retrace now before we continue the downtrend. So let's watch for these two levels. We might rise even further up to about 10020 area as well, or even higher. Let's see basically how weak the Canadian dollar will be. But so far it does look sideways to me. There is no confirmation as to where it might go. Okay guys, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask them now. I'll give you a few minutes. I hope everyone received our last trade that was triggered tonight. We had a limit order to buy euro dollar. That was the last trade. Just reminding you. So just let me know if you have everything is working for you, any problems with trade copier, or you need any suggestions for the money management, how to apply it to your current account size. We can discuss it. Just let me know if everything is clear and that there are no problems on the technical side as well. Okay, Mayor, for this kind of balance, using aggressive, okay, how aggressive you want to be. If you can tell me the percentage you're willing to risk, we can suggest the lot size for you. If you want the same setup, I'm gonna just show you the statistics here. Okay, this basically is our statement for the past 7 months. So that's how it's going. That's the balance, actually growth. There's no equity growth here, and this is aggressive. you can see that we are in profit, which is almost 80% now profit in 7 months. So that's averaging 10% monthly. I think this is pretty aggressive approach. I do not suggest you go more aggressive than that because it's aggressive enough, definitely. And I would actually suggest to you to start more conservative than aggressive. This is how you should start before you feel comfortable, okay? So as you see the growth now, one second. As you see the growth, you can see that our lot size, this is based on $5,000 capital, okay, and it's 0.1. So this is aggressive approach for a $5,000 account. For your account of 600-700, you could use the same lot size of 0.1, and it will make you less aggressive than we are. So this would be still quite aggressive, I would say moderate to aggressive. So you might go even lower if you want, but to go moderate, your lot size should be 0.05. And if you want to go as aggressive as we are, then just make sure you are prepared for the drawdowns of 30%. It can happen, so just so you know, it can happen, and if you decide you can handle the 30% and more, even more potentially, you can go with the lot size of 0. Let me just calculate it. 0.13. So 0.13, that would be basically the same setup as we have currently, and for your account 0.13. So make sure you're ready for the drawdown if you decide to go aggressive, okay? Because the drawdowns will happen. There is no way we can avoid it. If you're ready to handle it psychologically, then feel free. But I would suggest definitely you start with lots at 0.05 or lower before you feel confident. Just give it some time. Our strategies are long-term. We're not kind of signal providers that will be here for a month. The strategy will fail and we will be going. This is not our aim. We'll try to be here long term, and we basically optimized and developed our strategies over the 12 years of data, and for the past over 2 years now the strategy's been running profitably live after all the optimizations and back tests. So 12 years is a good period. It's enough data to analyze all the strategies. So please do start conservative before you decide to go aggressive. You need to feel the strategy, you need to understand how it works, then you can adjust it, you know, as you like, as aggressive if you like, but you need to feel it, you need to see what kind of drawdowns there can be potentially, okay? It looks like pound Canadian had quite a rally. So as I expected, fast market, and we can reach targets very quickly here. Okay, any more question, guys? Anything you want me to ask? If not, we're gonna close the session for today. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, 9:30 EST time, 1:30 GMT time. So every day, same time, except for this Thursday, we might have the session early. It will be probably about 10 GMT time, 10 a.m. But if you cannot attend it, it will be recorded anyway and placed on the website. In any way, if you have any questions still or any problems, please feel free just to email us at support@swingtradefxsignals.com, and you will get a prompt reply to anything you asked. Okay, thanks, Richard. So guys, thanks again. We'll see you all tomorrow. You have a great trading day and a profitable one. So hope you enjoyed this first trade that most of you had, which is your dollar. Now it's almost 100 pips profit. So that's a good start for you, and I hope you enjoyed being with us and making some profits together. Thanks again, guys. See you tomorrow. Take care.